Reaching hip hinge. All right, for this exercise, we're gonna work on some hip stability and we're also gonna work on some hip mobility. So I'm just gonna have you start with your feet about shoulder width apart, and let's just turn those toes out a little bit. Not to where they're completely plie, but just not perfectly straight, so somewhere in the middle. From there, just get a nice tall posture, and we're just gonna work on pushing those hips back as far as you can into space until you feel a nice stretch in those hamstrings, and then push those hips forward real fast, because if we do this exercise fast enough and with enough power, you're going to get a lot out of this on working the power and the strength and actually toning the hamstrings and the butt. So this is a good exercise to really focus on stretch and then strength. So that's a good exercise there. Tips on this one: as you're reaching your hips back, you want to make sure your knees are soft. And Hallie's doing a perfect job of demonstrating what soft knees look like. So she's not squatting on this one. She's just pushing her hips back. But yeah, that's a perfect example. So you just push the hips back with a nice soft bend, weights on the heels, and then drive forward into a perfectly tall, almost military position at the top with those hips forward. And that looks great. Once you get that basic hip hinge pattern down with the hand sliding on the legs like this, that's when we want to add the reach. So from here, I want you to push your hips back and then reach those arms overhead as far as you can. So here you're reaching that butt towards the wall, you're reaching the hands towards the other wall, you're getting nice and long, and then as you drive your hips forward, push those hands down. Great. So let's just knock out about 3 of them real quick. Boom. Stretch the arms, stretch the hips, and boom. Nice job. That's the reaching hip hinge.